All right, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tsurinoya range of spinning reels. Now, they've got quite a few reels. We're going to be looking at predominantly the ultralight and light tackle spinning reels. So I thought, it could be a little bit confusing. There's a lot that are similar price, maybe similar looks and that type of thing. So I've done all the work for you. I've broken it down for you. I've got all the specs of all of them, and we're going to just run through them one by one. Now here we're on the Tsurinoya start page. We click over to here. As you can see, they got quite a lot of reels, quite a fair few reels. Just covering the spinning ones for today. But first thing we're going to start off with is the Metis. Now this is the cheapest reel of the lot. We'll just have a quick scroll down here. It's a $40 reel. As you can see, I've got some notes here that I'm going to be looking at. So the price point, this one is very good value for money. And the 1000 size comes in at 198 grams. It's an 8+1 ball bearing reel, 5.2 to 1 gear ratio, which pretty much all these Tsurinoya reels are, apart from a couple that do come in a higher gear ratio version. It's got a screw-in handle. Again, all the reels in the Tsurinoya range come with screw-in handles, like it says just there. 4 kgs of drag on the 1000 model. And it has got 3 felt washers in this one, which is nice. And it also comes with a reverse switch if you're into that. And also, all the reels in the Tsurinoya range are saltwater safe. So let's just have a look at the aesthetics. I think it's a nice looking reel, pretty versatile in its looks. It doesn't have any sort of specific colors that are popping out, so you can just about put it on any rod. Kind of like a gunmetal kind of color. We can see here, this one comes in, 1000 up to 5000 size, which not all of the reels do. So if you're looking for, something in the larger sizes and that is value for money, then this one is a really good choice. We'll have a look, see some of the close-up shots. It's a nice looking reel. It's very cheap and it is, high quality. You can see right there the 3 stacks of felt washers. And also, don't be afraid of felt washers. Carbon washers are not necessarily an upgrade. Felt washers, to me, they're kind of better for finesse type stuff, but the carbon washers are better for stronger drag and more durability. But if you look after your felt washers, I think they can be a little bit smoother than carbon washers. Anyway, on to the next one, and it is the Tsurinoya Artemis, $80. Got some specs here. The 1000 size is 152 grams. It is a 9+1 ball bearing reel, as opposed to the previous one that was 8+1. It's a 5.2 to 1 gear ratio, and it is a screw-in handle, of course, with 4 kgs of drag on the 1000 model, and it has 1 felt tip, and it doesn't have a reverse switch, which doesn't bother me whatsoever. Never going to use it. Very nice looking reel, plain black, matte black, with some silver accents. It looks like a pretty nice looking reel. And here are all the models here. As you can see here, the 2500 shallow and the 3000 shallow also come in a high gear ratio version, the 6.2 to 1. It's a fairly lightweight reel. And you've got a 2500 in a shallow and a medium spool that has a little bit of a heavier drag if you need that. So that is also a really good value for money reel. I would say it's kind of like the entry level premium reel from Tsurinoya. On to the next tab is the Kingfisher. I do have one of these, had it for about 18 months, maybe longer, maybe 2 years. Very premium reel. It's quite lightweight. There's not a whole heap of models. I've got down here, it weighs 162 grams. It comes with 10+1 ball bearings, which is very high. 5.2 to 1 gear ratio, screw-in handle, 4 kgs of drag, and 1 carbon drag washer. And this also does not have a reverse switch. As you can see here, no reverse switch, but that doesn't matter. That's not a negative. Reverse switch can often be just one more failure point on the reel, so I would prefer to avoid them, to be honest. But as you can see, it's got a carbon effect. It's definitely a matte black, and you can kind of see the carbon threads or whatever it is. You can see the carbon drag washer, and it's a great reel, definitely very premium. I like the green look of it. Obviously does not suit every rod, but is definitely nice. Comes in also a little bit of a, you know, that 1000 model, slightly deeper, 1500 and a 1500 shallow. I have the 1500 shallow. That's probably the model that I would suggest for ultralight fishing, just because the, you know, it's very shallow for one, and also the larger diameter of this over, say, the 800 size can help with casting distance a little bit. And yeah, I have nothing really bad to say about this reel. Another high quality from reel from Tsurinoya, which I think are the Shimano of the CDM world. On to the next one, and it is the Tsurinoya Freer. This reel's about maybe 1 year old, maybe a little, not quite that old. It's good value for money. It's a little bit more than the Artemis. It is 162 grams for the 1000 size. It has 10+1 ball bearings as opposed to the Artemis, so that's one extra ball bearing. Same gear ratio and drag, and this also has one carbon washer, whereas the Kingfisher, take that back. This comes in at 155 grams, 9+1, and then it's, yeah, also got one carbon drag washer. So very similar specs to the Kingfisher. I've got some notes to summarize all the reels at the end of it, but we're just going to showcase the reels. I really like the look of this one. Plain black, goes with everything. I would probably say that I'm going to be getting one of these. If we have a look at the models here, and we've got the spools here, as you can see, the 2000S, nice and shallow, 2500, not too deep. Probably going to go for the 2500S model on this one and put it on a slightly longer rod. I think the 2500 size usually balances a little bit better with the longer rods. Just helps those longer rods feel a little bit more weightless, brings the weight back more towards your hand. And as you can see, there's 3 models there. So there is no 1000 size in this particular model, but yeah, another great reel. On to the next tab, and it is going to be the Francis, which is a pretty new reel. It's their newest reel. I think it would have dropped 2 months ago, maybe a little bit longer, something like that though. And it weighs 166 grams for the 1000 model. 9+1 ball bearings, 5.2 to 1 gear ratio, 4 kgs of drag, and it has one felt washer. And as you can see here, it's good value for money, and it also comes in quite a few different sizes. So you've got your 800, your 1000, your 2000 shallow, which I'm generally a big fan of the 2000 shallow. It's still a small reel, but with the shallow spool, yeah, it has, you know, a slightly easier time with that long casting, just 1%ers type stuff, but you know, it's definitely a thing you should consider. And yeah, 2500 and up to a 4000. So it's got a 3000 and a 4000 size with a medium depth spool. So that's giving you a little bit more versatility. This range, you know, is not just an ultralight fishing range, but also some medium tackle fishing. And you can see the specs there. And if you want to pause the video, you can check that out. And we'll have a look at some glamour shots. It's a nice looking reel. The difference between this one, aesthetics wise, it's almost like a hybrid between the Artemis and the Freer, because it's got some sort of like gunmetal aesthetics, whereas the Artemis is more silver and it's got this gunmetal sort of on the front there, whereas the Freer is just black. And personally, I like the Freer that is just plain black, but the spool and the rotor and everything, it looks quite similar to the Freer. On to the next one, and it is the Tsurinoya Ranger. Been around quite a long time. It is 155 grams for the 1000 model, 9+1, 5.2 to 1 gear ratio, you know, screw-in handle, and it has a little bit more drag. So this particular model, I think it is maybe kind of like a bit of an upgrade on the Metis, the first reel we looked at. I'm not too sure. It looks like this is almost a little bit of a blue color. As we can scroll down, yeah, it definitely looks blue, but you know, these photos can be deceiving. It can be gunmetal, but I would say it is blue. Appears to come with a foam handle as opposed to like a TPE style handle. Again, a good range, comes from 800 size up to a 3000 shallow size. So a little bit more versatility in the range here. And yeah, it's a nice looking reel. As you can see there, it's got a single carbon drag washer. and it looks like it has more of a foamy kind of handle. So I think there's been more of a trend for those sort of Shimano style handles. And this is a little bit of an older reel in their range, so perhaps that's why it has this foam handle sort of before they've sort of gone towards the trend of the Shimano style handles. But obviously it's a great looking reel. This nice little Tsurinoya lure logo on the cap, carbon fiber there. Nice looking reel, definitely. On to the next one, and it is the Tsurinoya Jaguar, second last one we're going to look at. And this one is actually interesting because it's a dual spool, so it's good value for money. It's just 84 Australian dollars, but it comes with a dual spool, so that can be something to definitely consider if you are sort of in the market for a reel, but you know, you want something that's a little bit versatile. Maybe you can throw some lighter line on the shallow spool and some heavier line on the deeper spool, or maybe on the deeper spool you want to put some monofilament line and braid on the shallow, then this could be an option. So it's almost like two reels in one, so that could be really good. Now we'll have a bit of a scroll here. As you can see, it comes with a deep and shallow spool in a 1000, 2000, 3000 size, 9+1 ball bearings, just like the other ones, same gear ratios. And the 2000 and 3000 size has a little bit more drag than the other ones, and we'll just have a look at the aesthetics. This is obviously a little bit of a green color, I'd imagine. I wouldn't say it's gunmetal. I'd say it has a bit of a green hint to it, and obviously it's got some gold trimming there. And I personally am not a huge fan of the look of the reel, but if you're looking for something that's dual spool, and yeah, if you're looking for something that's good value for money, this could be quite good. And this one has 3 carbon drag washers, so that's something that the other reels don't have. So yeah, more drag pressure, sort of more even drag pressure. And again, 9+1 ball bearings. All these reels have stainless steel ball bearings, and they're corrosion resistance, and you can use any of them in the salt or in the fresh. All right, on to the last one, and it is the Tsurinoya Lanius, which I have right here. Actually, I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is the 800 size. It is the most premium of the ultralight finesse spinning reels in the Tsurinoya range. Has really good low, handle, and like it's very low resistance to turn the handle. It's super smooth. There's no geariness. I really like this reel. The only thing I don't love about the reel is the colorway. Could be something that sort of if this came in plain black or something, like this reel in the Freer, I'm hoping the Freer feels just as good as this one, because this one in the Freer kind of black colorway would be absolutely perfect. And this one is the lightest model. It's 148 grams, 10+1 ball bearings, just like the other ones, 5.2 to 1 gear ratio, 4 kgs of drag, and it comes with 1 carbon drag washer. Doesn't have a reverse switch, but we don't need that. And the cool thing about this reel that the other reels don't have is it comes with a little reel stand. It comes with a cap and a reel stand, so you don't need to have the reel stand if you don't want to, but it is a really nice look, and is sort of like a dark blue look, and it's really cool. We'll have a quick little scroll there. As you can see, there's the reel stand. It is a very nice looking reel, so if you had a plain black rod, this would look quite nice with some, some gray braid on it or something like that. I'm probably going to change my blue braid over to gray braid. But yeah, as you can see, just has the 800,000 and 1500 S models. But yeah, it's a very premium feeling reel, and it's probably the best ultralight spinning reel that I've personally used. Had quite a few. I'd say the Cast King Kestrel reel is close, but I think this one feels a little bit better. I mean, it's probably splitting hairs, but I do prefer this one. And probably the most expensive reel I've used is the Daiwa TD Black, which is about 320 Australian dollars or something. And although that one does have some additional features to it, like it's mag sealed and whatnot, in terms of the smoothness and the drag and everything like that, I think this is absolutely just as good. So I'll just go through some notes to wrap up everything. I've got down here the Metis. It's great value. It's got a large range of models up to 5,000 and generally has heavier drag. The Artemis is the best value. It's high spec, and it has 2,500 and 3,000 models which have higher gear ratios, so that's an option. The Kingfisher has larger models with up to 8 kilos of drag. It's a pretty lightweight, premium feeling reel. The Freer has 2 carbon drag washers, a larger 3000 medium depth spool model. Only 3 size options here to be, and it's kind of like a slightly more premium version of the Artemis, or at least that's my interpretation looking at the specs. The Francis Pro has a wide variety of size options from 800 shallow to 4000 medium, with the 2500S having 6 kilos of drag and the 3 and 4000 mediums having 8 and 9 kgs of drag. The Ranger shallow models all the way up to 3000 with 6 kilos of drag on the 2000, 2500 and 3000 model. The Jaguar, it's a versatile saltwater reel. It's a little bit more kind of rigid and really meant for saltwater fishing. Yeah, it's basically a more premium version of the Metis, but with less size options, but comes with dual spools. And the Lanius, which is the lightest weight and most premium of the Tsurinoya lineup. Anyway, guys, I hope that helped. Can be confusing, but I hope this helps someone out. And if you could like and subscribe to this channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. Got heaps of videos planned to help you guys out. And next coming videos, maybe I'll do the rod range from Tsurinoya, or maybe I'll do another brand's spinning or casting range. But anyway, that's it for me. I'll catch you in the next video.